Before we start, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more amazing history and science documentaries. 1. A world ruled by giants. 66 million years ago, Earth was unlike anything we know today. Towering forests stretched across the continents, warm oceans covered much of the planet, and dinosaurs ruled every corner of the land. Massive Tyrannosaurus rex stalked its prey, while gigantic Triceratops grazed peacefully across wide plains. High above them, enormous pterosaurs glided through the skies, and strange reptiles filled the seas. Life had flourished for over 160 million years. It seemed unstoppable. Every sunrise brought another day in a world dominated by giants. Nothing on Earth appeared powerful enough to challenge them, but far beyond the blue skies, an invisible danger was already racing through space. It had traveled for millions of years, silently crossing the solar system. Nobody could see it, nobody could stop it. Within hours, everything would change forever. 2. A visitor from space more than 150 million kilometers away, a giant asteroid drifted through space. It measured nearly 12 kilometers across. Larger than Mount Everest is tall. Traveling faster than a speeding bullet, it moved at nearly 20 kilometers every second. At that speed, there would be no chance for escape. The asteroid wasn't aiming for Earth. It simply followed the laws of gravity. Yet fate had placed our planet directly in its path. As Earth peacefully rotated beneath the stars, the giant space rock grew closer every second. The dinosaurs continued hunting, eating and sleeping, completely unaware that their world had only a few hours left. 3. The final minute. As the asteroid entered Earth's atmosphere, friction turned it into a blazing fireball brighter than the sun. Animals looked toward the sky. The object screamed through the atmosphere, leaving a trail stretching hundreds of kilometers behind it. Temperatures around the asteroid reached thousands of degrees. The ground shook before impact. For a brief moment, time seemed to stop. Then came the greatest collision in Earth's history. 4. Impact. The asteroid slammed into what is now Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. The explosion released more energy than billions of nuclear bombs. Rock instantly vaporized. A crater nearly 180 kilometers wide formed within minutes. Everything within hundreds of kilometers disappeared instantly. The shockwave flattened forests. Mountains collapsed. Nothing nearby survived. Earth itself seemed to explode. 5. Fire. Across the planet, molten rock blasted high into space before falling back toward Earth like billions of burning meteors. The sky became a rain of fire. Forests ignited across continents. Temperatures rose so quickly that many animals had no chance to escape. Smoke filled the atmosphere. The once green world became a burning landscape of flammes and ash. For the dinosaurs, the age of giants had reached its tragic end, but this disaster was only the beginning. The worst was still to come. 6. The planet shakes. The moment the asteroid struck, Earth trembled with unimaginable force. Scientists estimate the impact triggered earthquakes stronger than magnitude 11, far beyond anything ever recorded in human history. The ground cracked open as enormous cliffs collapsed. Ancient volcanoes awakened, pouring rivers of molten lava across the landscape. Trees that had stood for centuries toppled in seconds. Even thousands of kilometers away, the land continued shaking for hours. Dinosaurs struggled to keep their balance as the earth beneath them split apart. Dust clouds rose high into the sky, blocking the horizon. Every creature on the planet could feel the disaster unfolding. Yet this was only the first wave of destruction. An even greater force was already racing across the oceans. 7. Mega-tsunamis. The asteroid struck a shallow sea, forcing billions of tons of water into the sky. The impact created mega-tsunamis hundreds of meters tall. These towering walls of water raced across the oceans at incredible speeds. Entire coastlines disappeared beneath roaring waves. Forests were ripped from the ground. Giant marine reptiles were thrown onto dry land as the sea surged inland. Nothing in Earth's history had ever produced waves this enormous. Even continents far from the impact felt their power as the oceans refused to stay still. 8. Firefalls from the sky. Millions of glowing rocks blasted into space during the impact. Hours later, they returned. As they re-entered Earth's atmosphere, the sky glowed bright red. Countless burning fragments rained down across every continent. The air became hotter than an oven. Dry forests burst into flames almost instantly. Smoke rose thousands of meters into the sky, turning daylight into an eerie orange glow. Animals searched desperately for safety, but there was nowhere left to hide. Earth had become a planet on fire. 9 years of darkness. The smoke and ash from the impact climbed high into the atmosphere. Soon, sunlight could no longer reach the surface. Day became night. For months, and perhaps even years, the skies remained dark. Without sunlight, plants could no longer grow. Forests slowly died. As vegetation disappeared, herbivorous dinosaurs began to starve. Carnivores soon followed as their prey vanished. The great food chain that had supported life for millions of years collapsed. Earth entered one of the darkest chapters in its history. 10. The end of the dinosaurs' weeks turned into months. The fires eventually faded, but food did not return. One by one, the mighty dinosaurs disappeared. The giant predators that had ruled Earth for over 160 million years could no longer survive. Nearly 75% of all living species became extinct. Yet not every creature vanished. Tiny mammals hiding underground, birds sheltered in trees, insects, turtles, crocodiles, and other small survivors endured the catastrophe. Their survival would shape the future of life on Earth. The age of dinosaurs had ended. The age of mammals was about to begin. 11. The survivors. Although the asteroid wiped out most life on Earth, not every species disappeared. Deep underground, tiny mammals hid inside burrows, protected from the intense heat and raging fires above. Crocodiles survived in rivers and swamps, turtles sheltered beneath muddy water, while insects continued their endless search for food. Some feathered dinosaurs also survived. Today, we know them as birds. These small, adaptable creatures needed far less food than giant dinosaurs. They could hide, wait, and survive while the planet slowly healed. Nature had suffered an unimaginable disaster, but life refused to give up. From the ashes of destruction, a new beginning quietly emerged. 12. A new world begins. Months turned into years. The thick clouds of ash slowly cleared, allowing sunlight to reach Earth's surface once again. Fresh plants pushed through the blackened soil, and forests gradually returned. Without giant dinosaurs dominating the land, mammals spread into habitats that had once been impossible to enter. Some climbed trees, others learned to swim, many became hunters. The extinction of the dinosaurs opened millions of opportunities for new forms of life. It was the beginning of an entirely different world. 13. The rise of mammals. Over millions of years, mammals evolved into countless new species. Some became enormous creatures that rivaled dinosaurs in size. Others developed sharper eyesight, faster legs, and larger brains. Eventually, primates appeared. These intelligent animals learned to work together, solve problems, and adapt to changing environments. Much later, one branch of these primates would evolve into humans. Without the asteroid impact, our own story might never have begun. The disaster that ended one age unknowingly created another. 14. Discovering the giant crater. For centuries, no one knew exactly what had happened to the dinosaurs. Then, in the late 20th century, scientists made an astonishing discovery beneath Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. Hidden beneath layers of rock lay an enormous crater nearly 180 kilometers wide. It was named the Chicxulub crater. This massive scar matched the age of the dinosaur extinction almost perfectly. The evidence pointed toward one incredible conclusion. A giant asteroid really had struck Earth. The mystery that puzzled scientists for generations was finally beginning to unfold. 15 clues hidden in stone. Scientists continued searching for evidence around the world. They discovered a thin layer of clay rich in iridium, a rare element commonly found in asteroids, but uncommon on Earth's surface. This mysterious layer appeared in rocks on nearly every continent. They also found tiny glass beads created by melted rock and shocked quartz formed only under extreme pressure. Each discovery strengthened the same conclusion. 66 million years ago, an asteroid changed Earth's history forever. The rocks themselves have preserved the story for millions of years, waiting for humans to uncover their secret. 16. A global disaster. Today, scientists continue to uncover new evidence about the asteroid impact. Rock samples collected from around the world tell the same remarkable story. Layers of ash, microscopic glass spheres, and shocked minerals reveal that the effects reached every continent. Computer simulations show that dust and smoke filled the atmosphere, blocking sunlight and cooling the planet for years. Ocean ecosystems collapsed, forests disappeared, and food chains broke apart. This wasn't just a local disaster, it was one of the greatest mass extinctions in Earth's history. The asteroid changed the course of evolution forever, proving that even the mightiest creatures can be vulnerable to sudden change. 17. What if the asteroid missed? Imagine if the asteroid had passed safely by Earth. Dinosaurs might have continued ruling the planet for millions of more years. Giant predators could still roam forests, while massive herbivores grazed across endless plains. Without their extinction, mammals may have remained small creatures living in the shadows. Primates might never have evolved into humans. There would be no cities, no technology, and perhaps no civilization as we know it. One single event in space changed the future of every living thing on Earth. 18. The legacy lives on. Although the non-avian dinosaurs disappeared, their legacy never truly ended. Their closest living descendants still fill our skies today. Every bird, from the smallest hummingbird to the largest eagle, carries the evolutionary story of ancient dinosaurs. Fossils displayed in museums allow us to glimpse a world that vanished millions of years ago, reminding us how life constantly changes through time. The asteroid ended one chapter of Earth's history, but it also began another. 19. A lesson from the past. The story of the dinosaurs is more than an ancient mystery. It reminds us that Earth has faced incredible challenges before. Life survived because some species adapted to a changing world. Today, scientists watch the skies for near-Earth asteroids, using powerful telescopes to identify objects that could pose a future risk. Unlike the dinosaurs, humanity has the knowledge to detect many potential threats long before they arrive. The past teaches us not only about extinction, but also about preparation, resilience, and discovery. 20. The day everything changed. 66 million years ago, a single asteroid forever changed the history of our planet. It ended the reign of the dinosaurs, reshaped Earth's ecosystems, and opened the door for mammals and eventually humans to flourish. The rocks beneath our feet still preserve the evidence of that extraordinary day. Every fossil, every crater, and every scientific discovery brings us closer to understanding one of nature's greatest turning points. The day the dinosaurs died was also the day our distant future began. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into Earth's ancient past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more incredible stories from history and science.